Well, some people call it stuffing and some people call it dressing. My mom used to call it stuffing because she used to stuff the bird with the bread stuffing that she made, which was so delicious. But if you're making it separately, it's usually called dressing. Today we're making a dressing that could go for any holiday. It could be for Thanksgiving, it could be for Christmas. I know growing up we used to have turkey and stuffing and all the delicious sides, the same at Christmas time and Thanksgiving. So today I'm going to show you a delicious dressing recipe, and I hope you like it. Stay tuned. Okay, so let me share all the ingredients first for this delicious dressing recipe. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living. My name is Doug, and I love sharing recipes, decorating ideas. I love sharing anything about the holidays. We do some crafts. It's basically things about the home, and I hope that you enjoy our channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining us, and if you're one of my subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate your support. But let's get to this dressing recipe. All right, let me go through all the ingredients first, and then we'll start making it. First of all, you're going to need cornbread mix. This is the cornbread mix that I'm going to be using. You can use any cornbread you like. If you prefer not to use a sweet one, I highly suggest that. This one is a little sweet, so I'm using this one. I just love the taste of it, but everybody's different. You're also going to need approximately close to an onion, a full white onion. I used about 3/4 because my onion that I had was super large. So I used 3/4 of it, and you want to chop it up very finely. My dad used to say, the finer the cut, the finer the taste. So cut it up really, really small. I used 4 stalks of baby celery, and I got the one that was pre-washed. It just makes it so much easier. And I just chopped that up really, really small. And I cooked that up in some butter. I used 2 tablespoons of butter for that. And you just cook that up until it's nice and tender. So don't forget your veggies. This is going to be a lot of spices. I like my stuffing, or dressing in this case, to be very flavorful. I think that's super important. So I'm going to be using onion powder, garlic powder, a little sage, salt and pepper, of course, to taste. And this one is a little bit different. Fajita seasoning. I'm using just a little dash of fajita seasoning. So you could just imagine how flavorful this is. Plus, I'm going to be using part of my cornbread stuffing, this herb seasoned Pepperidge Farm. I'm probably going to be using about close to 2 cups from this. And this is basically just white and wheat bread blended with a lot of herbs. So like I said, it's going to be super flavorful. Plus, I just cooked up 3 chicken tenders, 3 or 4 chicken tenders. I think it was 4. And you want to cook that up probably like 3-4 minutes on each side. And I just used the same seasoning, garlic, onion, salt and pepper on my chicken. And I cooked it up in some extra virgin olive oil. So that's your chicken. Now, I forgot to mention this, when I did the vegetables, the onions and the celery, I used what was already in the pan, the drippings from the chicken. Then I added the 2 tablespoons of butter to that. So it had some of the oil, had some of the drippings, and then I add the butter and then the vegetables to that. That's why it's going to be so, so good, so flavorful. Plus, you're going to be using 1 can of cream of chicken. This is Campbell's cream of chicken, and chicken broth. Now, I'm going to show you, when we use the chicken broth, you want your dressing to be moist. You definitely want it to be moist. You don't want it to be dry, You don't want it to be too moist, but you definitely want it moist. I'm going to show you that. Stay tuned. Okay, so you ready to start making our dressing? Okay, excellent. All right, so we have our cornbread here. Now with our cornbread, what you can do, you can make it the day before. For the purpose of this video, I made it earlier this morning, so it's been setting out for a couple of hours, but you really want it to be kind of dry. So I'm going to get my cornbread real quick, and what you want to do is just break it up, just like that. You don't want it to be grainy or anything like that. You just want to break up that cornbread into little pieces. I love the way cornbread smells. And I think, I mean, this is just so perfect for the holiday time, Thanksgiving or Christmas. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Perfect. So let me show that to you, what that looks like. So it's just like that. You know, you want it broken up, but you don't want it too grainy. All right, that looks good. Yep, little piece. Take a bite. Okay, so once our cornbread is all broken up, then what we want to do is start adding our vegetables. So remember, these vegetables were cooked up first. You want to let them cool. You don't want to put hot vegetables in here. So I just love the way onions and celery smell. Oh my gosh, just like the holidays. Well, it is the holidays. I love the holiday time. Okay, so what I want to do is just mix that in here. Like that. Very simple. Smells really good. Now, we're going to be adding 1 can of cream of chicken. And we're just going to stir that in there. See how simple this is? Very simple. It's going to be very yummy. I'm adding my cooked chicken to this. Now, if you wanted to put, if you already had like turkey made or something and you wanted to cut up your turkey and do that, you can definitely do that too. All right. Looking good. Now for the spices, I'm going to add some cracked black pepper. I like a lot of pepper, so if you don't like a lot of pepper, just do about maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then I'm going to add a little salt. And then we're going to start with the dashes. This is just going to be like a dash of onion powder, a dash of sage, and a dash of garlic powder. Just like quickly, real quick. And the same thing with the fajita seasoning. Just a couple of shakes on that. Stir that. And I could already smell the flavors. Oh my gosh. This is so fragrant. We are going to add 1/4 cup of milk. 2 eggs. The eggs are to bind it. Bind it together. Just give that a stir. Stir that in. Very important that you mix it well. And now we're going to add the Pepperidge Farm seasoned classic herbs, 1 cup, and we're going to do 2 cups of that. Sometimes I add a little bit more. I got to see. That's a good amount. I think that's going to be a good amount. Now this portion is really for about 4 people probably. So if you're having more people over, you definitely want to increase the ingredients, the amount. Okay, I think that is pretty good. Let me just add just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. Yeah, yum. All right, now we're gonna have 1 cup, and we're gonna start with 1 cup of chicken broth. Remember I said that you want this to be moist. You don't want it to be dry, so it has to definitely be moist. And usually you can just tell, it's like a feel. So I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to show you why I think it needs just a little bit more. So let's take a look real quick. Okay, so look at this. It's moist, but I feel like it could be a little bit more. So what we're going to do is just going to start out by putting about a 1/2 cup more in here. And I'm going to not do the whole 1/2 cup. I'm going to test it. So I'm just going to see. Yeah, it's looking better. I could tell. I think I could still do a little bit more. I bet I used this whole half. Yeah, this is looking good. I'm going to add just the rest. So 1.5 cups of the chicken broth, and this is not salted, so this is unsalted chicken broth. Don't forget, the chicken had salt. We added a little extra salt. The vegetables had a little salt. So you don't want to make it too salty, unless you like something really, really salty. But this is really the consistency. Can you see that? It's liquidy, but not too liquidy. All right. I think that's really good. Yeah. Okay. I'd rather have it more liquidy than not. Plus, it's going to bake in the oven. We're going to have the oven. We're going to put on the oven 350 degrees. We're going to preheat it. We're going to put this in a baking pan, cover it with foil, and we're going to probably bake this for around an hour. A lot of ovens are different, so you might have to bake yours a little bit longer, but that is it, guys. Let's start putting it in the pan. Okay, so I use some Pam spray to spray this baking dish. It's sort of like a casserole dish. And you definitely want to spray your baking dish. And then we're just going to add it. This is really heavy. To our baking dish. Now my mom used to make it was with bread. She just used regular white bread. She used onions, different spices. I think she definitely used celery. Definitely onions. And I remember her stuffing. I don't know what else she put in there, but it was so good. I loved it. But I feel like this dressing, if you're not making a whole bird, see, for me and Yvonne, for 2 people, it's kind of silly to make a whole big bird. I love the look of it, but it's just silly. Sometimes we have friends over, and then, yeah, I'll make a big bird. But if it's just the 2 of us, what I do is I cheat and get some turkey breast in the meat department at the grocery store and just say, cut a little thicker like you would if you were cutting it from a turkey. And I would get some turkey breast and then just heat that up. And it's just a lot easier. But this is so good. This is so yummy. This could be almost a meal in itself. And what we're going to do, we're going to add some slices of butter to the top. And I just cut it very thinly and just place it all around. The butter is going to make it so yummy. And let me know in the comments down below if you like making stuffing or dressing. Do you stuff your bird? Do you make it on the side like this? And I would love to know how you make your stuffing or dressing. I love sharing recipes. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel, to honor my mom, because she was an excellent cook. I love the way she used to cook. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to show you real quick. There's the butter. And now we're going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for approximately an hour. We have to test it. You can usually tell when it comes together and it's pretty solid. Stay tuned. Okay, don't forget to cover your dish with some aluminum foil, and into the oven it goes. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to mention, the last 10 minutes you want to take the foil off and just let it cook without the foil for the last 10 minutes. Now this is going on an hour and 15 minutes. So depending on your oven, it could be an hour, it could be an hour and 15 minutes, it might even be a little bit longer. But the way you're gonna know it's done is you look at the sides, you can see from the sides, and you can just tell that it has set and that it's pretty much done. So we're going to take it out in just a couple of minutes and we're going to take a look at it. Stay tuned. Okay, it is done, and look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks and smells so, so good. I cannot wait to take a bite. But we need to let it sit for a little bit, let it settle, and then we're going to have a taste test. So stay tuned. Okay, it's kind of settled. We let it settle for a couple of minutes. And now let's take a bite. Take a little piece. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look how yummy that looks. And notice how it's all together, not falling apart. Take a bite. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is so good. You know, don't forget, when you're eating this, you're eating it with turkey, or you could have chicken too. But you're eating it with turkey and the gravy from the turkey and this. Cranberry sauce. Oh my gosh. This is really good. Now my mom, like I said earlier, my mom made a delicious stuffing too. But this is different than hers, and it's so, so good. Delicious. Thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe, and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye. It's delicious.